You're listening to Gay Say Radio, and I am talking to Mr. Gay Belgium, Jaimie. And Jaimie, you're going to have to help me with the pronunciation of your surname.
Jaimie Deblick.
You are, I think, one of the youngest contestants in this competition. You are 18.
Yeah, indeed. I think I am the youngest contestant in this competition. I'm 19. I was 18 when I became Mr. Gay Belgium, so I'm also the youngest Mr. Gay Belgium in Mr. Gay Belgium history. So yeah, it's kind of special.
What was it like winning this competition at such a young age?
Well, it was a bit of a double feeling, to be honest. Many people wondered what an 18-year-old boy was going to do with such a big title like Mr. Gay Belgium. And I also was a bit afraid that nobody was going to take me serious because of my young age. So I had to prove to myself and to the community that my age is only a number and that motivation has more to do about being an ambassador. Yeah, it was amazing. It was like a roller coaster of emotions. I was happy. I was so emotional when I heard that I won this competition, but it has given me such great opportunities and I'm living my life the fullest at this moment.
You know, at the same time, it's a lot of pressure and you are still supposed to be a teenager. How do you handle this?
Well, I am a well-known person now in the LGBTIQ community, so I don't like the word well-known person. I am more like the word ambassador because you have to create campaigns as a Mr. Gay Belgium around one specific team. Like my team is I'm champion workplace rights for LGBTQ people. Why? Because I am graduated as a gardener a few years ago. And I had a lot of internships during the years. And if we had a problem on our internship, we always had to go to our main teacher. The main teacher of our class was also my internship mentor. And when I went to him to talk about the words I had to take during that period, he was always saying that they're just laughing or that I shouldn't take it too serious. But I took it serious because it were words like, you're not manly enough to do a job like you're doing right now. You should be doing like hairdresser or dancer because that fits you better. And those were words that kind of came hard to me. And when I was talking about my issues on my internships, I had the feeling that nobody was taking me serious. And since I am Mr. Gay Belgium, I definitely have the feeling that people are taking me more serious when I talk about the issues I had to take during my internships. And to champion the rights for LGBTQI people, I've created in collaboration with other agencies a European project that's called Charter, the Inclusive Organization. And it's a charter where companies state that they focus on diversity, and this also signed by many big multinationals like Microsoft, the Flemish government, IKEA, McDonald's, like very big multinationals has already signed this charter, and it makes me very happy.
Do you think it made life a bit easier as Mr. Gay Belgium to fight for your causes?
Well, is it easier? Well, I think you have to work hard enough to get where I am at this moment. But yeah, maybe I think it's easier in sentence of you have a very large network behind you. When you go, like if I go to ministers or I go to the Flemish government to talk about what they are already doing for us, I think it's easier to go there and telling, hey, I'm Mr. Gay Belgium, I'm fighting for those rights, in place of going there as Jaimie and telling I'm fighting for those rights. Because I think the title has already given me great opportunities to create a big network and to get in contact with people. So I think it has made it a bit easier, yeah.
So people take you a bit more seriously?
Yeah, they definitely do.
What other campaigns are close to your heart?
Well, like I already said, here in Belgium, you have to create a realize a campaign around one specific team. But I said from the very beginning that I wanted to do more than work around one team only. And I wanted to reach as many people as possible. So that's why I did my, let us call it my second coming out as a person with autism. Because as a person with autism, I didn't have a lot of self-confidence, and it also kind of blocked my coming out as a gay person. So I created an image campaign which is called Autism Understand, Don't Judge. I think that message doesn't need more words than that. And yeah, with that campaign we try to put the talents of people with autism forwards in place of the things the society is thinking of us. Because when you walk around as a gay person or as a person with autism in our society, you directly get a mark upon your forehead, and people are like pointing fingers at you from, hey, he's a gay person, or hey, he's a person with autism. They're gonna look at you from a different point. And I think the thing why people are doing that is because of they don't understand what it is like to have autism or to be gay. That's why I started that image campaign with Autism understand on jazz, because I think understanding is a big problem in our society.
You're talking about autism, and where on the spectrum do you fall? You obviously have high functioning autism.
Yeah, my thing of autism is my form of autism is like, how do you call it, a kind of mental condition which is characterized by great difficulty in communicating and forming relationships with other people.
Is it like Asperger's syndrome?
Yeah, like indeed, yeah, it is.
That is awesome. You've got all my respect, and I think online, I for the first time in my radio career, I can also admit I am actually an Asperger. I also have Asperger's, so I know exactly where you're coming from, y'all.
Okay, yeah, that's nice to hear. Yeah, and I can, yeah, maybe you can compare to me that it isn't easy as a person with autism. I think you can compare being a person with autism or being gay. I think you can compare those two things together, because it is kind of the same thing. You feel like you are not accepted in our society for who we are, and that's a thing I really want to work on, because even if you are gay or even if you are a person with autism, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, people are looking to us from a very other perspective than we do. And I think, yeah, it's and also understanding is a very big problem in our society at this moment. So that these are things that I really want to work on, that people are understanding us. And with the campaign I have released, we also created simulation days where people can come to, and we are simulating to the people what it is like to have autism. Like, we are putting 10 people in the room, we are putting some light bulb above their head, and we are putting one light bulb on, and all the other people we ask all the other people to look at that one person, just to create a feeling that we have, like we are being watched, and like just feeling watched from people in a bad, negative way, just to let people experience that. We create those simulation days for people. So I think that people really understand what it is like to have autism. And yeah, from now we have already get some very positive reactions on it.
And what people don't realize is that we're actually just normal people. We just have difficulty in expressing ourselves.
Indeed, that it is.
When you're not Mr. Gay World, what do? You mentioned you are into horticulture.
Indeed. Well, if I wouldn't be Mr. Gay World, I would continue my studies, because I was lucky that I graduated a few weeks after I became Mr. Gay Belgium. And the day I became Mr. Gay, I decided to take a 1-year break to focus me completely on my year as a Mr. I want to get everything from my year. And the campaigns which I'm doing now as Mr. Gay Belgium are campaigns that also running after my period as Mr. So I will always be the ambassador of the charter that I've created. I will always be the ambassador of the autism campaign I have now. So the things I'm doing right now, I just gonna continue them after I am done with being Mr. Gay Belgium.
Horticulture, I mean, we all, as peace, we all have our special interests. And would horticulture be one of your special interests?
Yeah, indeed it is. Well, I chose to do horticulture because simply I love Mother Nature. Like nature, trees, flowers are all living creatures, and I think you can compare being a gardener to work in a hospital. In a hospital, people are born, they are being cared of for there, and I think being a gardener is kind of the same thing. You take care of the living creatures we call flowers and trees, and yeah, I just love working in nature.
How have you been preparing for Mr. Gay World? Anything special you've been doing?
Well, I'm doing some research about the previous Misters, what they have reached already, what are they doing in their year as a champion, as a Mister. I'm learning more about the worldwide laws and rights and that kind of stuff. And yeah, especially doing a lot of research about the previous Misters and what they are doing.
Don't you find, as somebody with Asperger's or with a higher functioning autism, it's very difficult to walk on stage in front of other people? And how have you overcome this?
Well, it isn't difficult because I can come forward as a person with autism who is proud of it. I can stand forward doing my story and let people understand how it is to have autism. So it isn't difficult to walk forward as a person with autism because I've already done it a few times and I always get some positive reactions from it. So yeah, I think the very first time it was difficult, but after a few times it's like normally. So I think I'm not afraid anymore to walk forward as a person with autism on a stage or anywhere.
Are you looking forward to coming to South Africa?
I'm very excited for that. All my life I wanted to go to Africa, and like I said, Mr. Gay Belgium has already given me such great opportunities, and next to that, it probably make my dream come true and go to South Africa, because like I said, I love nature, and I know the nature in Africa is so wild, so real, so pure. So I definitely look forward to go to South Africa.
If you should win Mr. Gay World 2018, what will that mean for you?
It would be a great opportunity to take my European project I have now to take that worldwide. And also, I think it would be a statement for young gay men like I am, that no matter people are saying that you are too young to do something, no matter if people are telling you that you are not good enough to do something, no matter what you look like, no matter who you are, if you just fight for the thing you want, if you just work hard for what you want to do in life, you're going to get there. So I think it would definitely be a statement for all those young and older gay people who are just like me.
Jaimie, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and all the best of luck.
I thank you very much for this